Okay, hi everyone. Just like Gabby, I'm going to present um, about sports. And first of all, I want to talk about what sports mean. And basically, it's an activity involving physical exertion, skill, and or eye coordination as the primary focus of the activity, with elements of competition where rules and patterns of behavior governing the activity exist formally through organizations. So basically, I wanted to talk about this topic because I consider that sports are a very important part in mankind because um, it let us compete with others and be better. And I think that it makes us like have discipline and other types of emotions that we're going to talk through this presentation. So um, in this presentation, you will understand that there are different types of sports and how constantly they improve mankind. There are some of it that not I'm not going to talk about all the types of sports, but just only few of them. So then I'm going to talk about sports psychology, and finally, I'm going to end saying why competition is important in sports. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, I don't know if many of you knew this, but chess is a very competitive sport. There are competitions in many parts of the world, mainly in Europe. So, I wanted to include this in like the topics or but basically I think that chess is a game that requires a lot of strategy and basically I think that um, you can constantly improve yourself competing with others, and you constantly think about what's your next move is going to be, and also as the opponent. So then I'm going to talk about another sport that I really love and I constantly watch, and is the Formula One. And this sports basically it's a combination like hand-eye, even the feet. So I think that this sport is very competitive because it's constantly improving in the technology that they have, and it's the fastest like racing category that in the world. So yeah, I think that they put their lives in risk, but also um, it's a combination about the car and the driver. So yeah, and I'm going to talk about tennis. I really started to like tennis this year because um, I didn't know about that, but tennis it's the healthiest sport because improves your cardiovascular system, and because of that, I started to watch to understand how it works, and I realized that it's a very competitive sport also, just like the Formula One, because people trained since they have 5 years or even less. So yeah, it's like to compete in a professional level, you need to improve that skill in a very young age. So yeah, okay, and Um, I'm going to talk then next in this slide. I'm going to talk about sports psychology, and basically is the study of how psychological factors influence sports, athletic performance, exercise, and physical activity. Sports psychologists investigate how participating in sports can improve health and well-being. So basically, I really enjoy this topic because it's like related to my career, and also I understand that you need to be focused, um, like when you are developing yourself in a sport, because you have many factors like what people said or what's your own mindset. So sports psychology is based of how are the level of motivation of an athlete or a competition, and they have a lot of trainers also to develop in an athlete the blueprint, um, for like an image or a blueprint of the level that they have to to develop a skill. And um, basically, I think that improves a lot because it's not just like being physical well. I think it's also mental, and that's why I really got interested in the passion of the athletes, because what is the mindset of a champion, and that's the things that I understand studying psychology and also sports psychology. So, and finally, I'm going to talk why competition is important in sports. So regular training and competition provide regular community and bonding. Working together towards a common goal is one of the most effective ways to grow camaraderie and friendship. It is shared experience and emotion that builds loyalty and trust within a team. So basically, I think that it's important because we are constantly improving ourselves. And like this slide says, um, we can make community and bonding with others, and even like a brotherhood, because I think that if you are going to, for example, play football, it's something that it's not a sport of one man. It's like you have to work like a team. So I think that those are the qualities that I really enjoy, because every sport is different. And for example, maybe um, sports like bodybuilding are different because you compete against others, but also you compete against yourself and against the things you want or how you want to improve yourself doing that. So I don't know. I think that competition makes us develop uh, new ways to be better. And as you can see on sports, it's a constant developing, and it's like people that play or do a sport on a professional level. I think it's something that it's very challenging. And I forgot to show these images. So uh, and yeah, it's like you can see how can develop a a skill or a sport um, in a young age can affect your healthy, or no, yeah, can have a great effect on your healthy in the future. And so thanks for your time. So I don't know if any of you have any questions or comments.
Hi, Fernando. Yeah, I have a question. How sports psychology really works in real life?
So basically, for example, it works. I like to watch the UFC that are these are mixed martial arts, but as you can see, maybe the mindset of a fighter can be different after a loss. So that's when the sports psychologist improve his mindset, because if you feel like your motivation is lost, maybe you are going to you're not going to be constant with your training. So even the mental stuff affect the performance in a physical way. So yeah, every professional athlete has a sports psychologist, because it's important to have a healthy mindset and think like constantly improving, because that's what athletes are made of. So yeah.
Do you practice any sports, Fernando?
Yeah. Well, I practiced when I was younger. I practiced volleyball, and I think that I was good at it because I was tall. I am tall, but not as tall as Henry. But and I think that um, the the sport I like the most is ping pong, because it's like I learned to play ping pong since I was a kid, and now the sport that I do is like just body conditioning, like try to make like workouts at home, or yeah, something like that.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So thanks for your time, guys. I hope you enjoy this presentation, and I see you in class.